We're literally baby adults. Like, let me just be a baby for a little bit. So we're back for our second episode of Makeup Therapy, you guys. And if you guys don't know, your girl's about to turn 30 on January 4th. And it's just been so crazy to me to realize, like, I'm about to be 30. Like, I'm about to be 30. I'm a grown woman now. Like, this is crazy. So with that being said, you guys know with Makeup Therapy, I'm just going to do my makeup and just chat with you guys. I'm going to list all the products down below, but there are 29 things that I feel like, you know, are super important for you guys to know when it comes to your 20s. I think we all have like this idea of what our 20s was supposed to be like, but there's certain lessons that I learned during this crazy journey, and I just want to go ahead and chat with you guys about it. And then also, this is the look right here that I'll be recreating, just like a smoky winged out eye. It's gonna be really cute. So the first one I do have for you guys is to stop giving an F, okay, about what people think about you. One thing about me, y'all, I used to care what people used to say about me or think about me, the way I look, the way I talk, the way I dress, like whatever it is. I used to care so much, but I noticed like the older I get, I don't care. Like genuinely, like you can say whatever you want about me. I'm not even gonna defend myself because I really genuinely have better things to do than sit here and just like defend myself to people that don't even matter. You know, if you guys know my story, growing up, I was bullied so much all the time, and I used to just care and want to like please people. And now that I'm 29 years old, I could care less, and I love it. It is so peaceful. Moving on to number 2, you will survive your first breakup. Okay, I know it seems like you're not gonna make it through. You're going through absolute hell. You think it's the worst thing that can ever happen to you. Like, how could someone do that to you? You're never gonna find somebody out there that will love you for you. Let me tell you something, baby. After you cry and throw up a million times, just know it's all false. Everything you think in your head is false. And it's so crazy, like when you actually see them move on with somebody else and you're over them, you don't even care, baby, okay? And when your eyes really wake up and you're like, okay, there's other men out there. Like, there's other men. And there's actually good men out there that can treat me right. You can be like, why am I crying? Why am I even sad right now? Like, please, let's move on. So for number 3, it is basically your friend circle is gonna change. Okay, y'all know this song by Drake where it's like, no new friends, baby. Let's talk about that, because the way I've made so many good, genuine friendships over the years, like some of like my really good friends back in the day, I'm not as close with them anymore. And it's not a bad thing because life happens, people change, you know, it is what it is. But I used to be like, you know what, like my core friends, that's all I need in this world. Like, I'm not going to meet anybody better than them. And then you meet other people that are amazing, that are impactful and just like really good to you. And you're like, wait, I'm a little confused. So don't feel bad in your 20s if you start to lose some of those old friendships and you start to gain new friends as well. Number 4 is gonna gag me because the way it gagged me so hard. Number 4 is marriage and kids may not come when you think they will. And it is so crazy to me because, like I told you guys a couple months ago, I got a letter from when I was in like 4th grade, I want to say, that I wrote to myself, you know, my future self. I was like, Chichi, by now I know you probably have a husband, you have kids running around. I know you're probably stressed. Baby, the only thing that's stressing me right now is inflation. Okay, that is it. But I thought by now I'll have a husband and kids and all this stuff, and I don't. And it's okay. Like, a lot of us think by 25, we're going to have like this fairy tale life. And if we don't have it by then there's something wrong with us. When you truly learn how to be content with the life that you have, I'm telling you, so many doors will open for you. Because I used to be that person that was sad, like, why don't I have a man? Why don't I have kids? But honestly, I'm glad it's playing out the way it has, because I have had the opportunity to do so many things that I've always wanted to do, that if I had a husband and kids right now, oh, girl, I'll be stressed. Okay, so in my 30s, I'm happy to be married by then and have kids and all of that, because I've had the chance to really do what I want to do. But right now, 29 years old, like, shout out to y'all out there who have kids, okay, in your 20s and you're married. Like, y'all are killing it, because I be stressed, just me right now with life by myself. I can only imagine with kids. But yeah, it is okay if you don't get married by 25. Trust me. Number 5, don't feel bad when you don't have it all figured out. I don't know why people think in your 20s, your life is supposed to be perfect, have the dream job, have the dream relationship, buy a house, all of that. Like, granted, yes, I have achieved some of those things, but like, at the same time, there's so much more that I want that I feel like I should have by now. But at the same time, like, why do we think that? You are literally just becoming an adult in your 20s. Think about it. From age 1 or 0, I don't know how y'all count the babies, but from 0 till 18, you're at home, right? Then they send you off to college. Then after college, you got to figure out rent, taxes, buying a home, like all this crazy things. We're not supposed to have it figured out. We're literally baby adults. Like, let me just be a baby for a little bit. Like, you're not supposed to be in this like situation that doesn't exist. Does that make sense? A lot of people, if you know, are on Twitter or on social media, a lot of people tell you that your 30s is when you really thrive, is when you really have money, okay? Is when you're really successful. Till then, your 20s, just experiment, have fun, go crazy. And if you mess up, it is totally fine. So we're gonna add some black to the outer part of the eye just to smoke it out a little bit. But number 6, I believe it's number 6. Yes, take those risks that you've always wanted in your 20s. Like in my 20s, you guys, I've literally taken so many risks. I started a business. I have bought a house. I have traveled so much. I have just done a lot of things that I feel like, you know, I should be doing in my 20s. Like, it is your time to really experiment, see what's best for you, see what works for you, and go from there. And if it doesn't work out, it is totally fine because, like I told you guys, in our 20s, we're baby adults. If you remember that, I promise you, it'll make you feel a lot better, okay? Start that business, invest. Go crazy. If you lose money, cool. At least you learned a lesson in that, all right? I'm not saying just do anything and everything, right? Still be smart. But at the same time, like certain risks that you want, let's say you want to travel and live in India for like a whole year, go ahead and do that. Like, this is your moment to do that because I'm telling you guys, like, I have a lot of friends who are married and they have kids and all of that. They wish they were in my situation and I'm wishing I was in their situation. So it's always funny how that works. But they always tell me like, Chichi, like, have fun, go crazy. So I finished up the eyes and I really like how this turned out. Just like a blown out, you know, smoky look. But moving on to the face, we're going to use the La Mer foundation and put that all over. But for number 7, you guys, I have on there that grown woman body, okay, that you get in your 20s. Crazy. I used to honestly not like my body, you guys. I used to hate like my hip dips and like my butt, my thighs. I used to hate that, which is so crazy because everybody wants a butt now, right? But I used to hate that so much. But the older I get, the way my body just fills in, I'm like, girl, like, stop. Like, it really makes me feel so much more confident than I was when I was, you know, younger. I just feel so confident in this body. It is curvy, it is all of that, and I'm embracing it, okay? My body is not perfect by any means. I have cellulite, y'all. I have so many things that you get as you get older. But at the same time, it is so crazy how much more I love my body, and I truly appreciate how like it's just doing its thing as it gets older. So I'm telling you guys, you know, if you're younger right now, you're like, listen, like I want to do certain things to get curves or butt, just wait till over 25. Trust me, your body's gonna come in and you're gonna be like, you know what, thank God I waited, because it's gonna fill out regardless. All right, now for number 8, I do have setting boundaries. I used to be that person that felt bad if I told people no, or like tell them like something upset me that they did. I used to feel so bad, but these are boundaries because I'm telling you guys, you know, people are not going to respect certain things till you tell them, right? I know it seems like it should be obvious that people shouldn't, you know, do certain things, but I'm telling you guys, some people really, they really don't be knowing. Like when I tell them, they're like, oh, like I didn't know that was bad. I'm like, well, it is. So let's not, do that moving forward. And obviously tell them really nicely. Don't be mean about it. But set those boundaries, whether it comes to family, whether it comes to friends, whether it comes to the person that you're in a relationship with. Set boundaries, because it will make them respect you in the long run. And you don't want to sit there just always feeling upset because people are crossing boundaries that you've never spoken up about. So you can't be upset till you tell them. And once you tell them, don't feel bad. Like, you're respecting yourself, you're loving yourself by doing that, regardless of how they feel, after you tell them. And honestly, that kind of leads into number 9, which is being a people pleaser gets you nowhere. Listen to me, trust me, I am the biggest people pleaser. I love to make people happy, even if it makes me unhappy, okay? Sometimes, like, people invite me to so many things. I'm like, oh my God, if I say no, they're going to be upset and they're going to be this. Or, I have to act a certain way to make them like me. I stopped doing that this year. I've told people more no's than yes this year, okay? And it's honestly such a great feeling to know, like, you can tell people no and they're still going to be there, right? I think being a people pleaser, we're so scared that they're not going to talk to us, not going to be our friends, that they're going to hate us, whatever. Honestly, if they don't like me, baby, I don't care. I really don't care at this point, right? But honestly, a lot of the people that I've told no to, they're still my best friends. We're still here. My family doesn't hate me when I tell them no. So I think what it is a lot of times is you're scared of losing these friendships and stuff. And you have to realize, like, if you do lose friendships because you are not being a people pleaser, then probably reevaluate your friendships, your family, whatever, right? But go ahead and do it, and you'll be surprised at how many people actually are fine, with you not always agreeing and saying yes, just to make them happy. So let's bronze our face. I'm going to use the NARS Laguna bronzer in the shade number 4. For number 10 that I do have for you guys, it is in your 20s. Let's keep it a buck. You're going to be the brokest that you've ever been in your life, but it will set you up for success, okay? Because like I told you guys, after college, finding a job, all right, trying to pay rent, all right, you're like, I don't even have words. It is a lot, okay? And a lot of people try to make it seem like, they just got it together. No, like, a lot of people, when you talk to them, they'll tell you what really is going on. And it's crazy because a lot of people are going through that, but they're afraid to share it because they're always trying to keep up with the Joneses, thinking the Joneses have it together, but they really don't, right? So with your 20s, you're going to be broke, but I think at the same time, it is going to push you to find, what you love that you can monetize, or find your dream career. It's going to push you to try harder, right? To achieve the financial flexibility that you're looking for in life. So don't feel bad if you're looking in your account and you're like, girl, I got $20. Like, what are you talking about? It is okay. You're not going to stay here forever, because in your 30s, trust me, a lot of people say this, they make most of their money in their 30s. They are more comfortable. They have more financial wisdom. But in your 20s, like, you're going to learn everything you need to learn. That way you're successful in the future. Number 11, y'all, this is really important because this will affect your friendships, your relationships, all of that, right? It is healing your inner child wounds. And I'm telling you guys, like, it's so crazy how as an adult, when you trace back why you're the way you are, why you communicate this way, why you deal with, conflict this way, is because of your inner child wounds, right? Like how you were brought up. Were you bullied? Were there certain things that you went through when you were younger that you didn't, really deal with? And that's why it's so important to recognize these things and really work through these things, because if you don't, it can affect your relationships with people. And honestly, people are so selfish that, like, let's be honest, like, they don't care where it's coming from. They just see how you're treating them at the moment, but they don't understand what you've been through. So when you work through these certain things, right, it's going to make you a better person moving forward. And it's very important to do this in your 20s, because after a while, like, who you are is who you are. You can change it a little bit, but it's who you are at the end of the day. So if you can start while you're in your 20s, before you get into your 30s and your 40s, you're going to have a better outcome in the future. Number 12, how often you see your friends decrease as you get older. Literally, it is at the point where like I'm making plans with people 3 months out because we just have a lot we're going through in life right now, and it's okay? Because when we're younger, we used to see our friends all the time and we would just like, hang out every single day. Now we got jobs. Some of us are married. Some of us are in relationships. Some of us have kids, whatever it is, right? You're not going to see your friends as much. And I used to get really sad about it, but I've made friends along the way in every aspect of my life. Like even your best friend, right? Like my mom has a best friend that literally lives down the street from her. And I mean down the street, but she only sees her like every 6 months because we got lives, we got things going on, and you have to understand that as you get older. Number 13, you're gonna get more beautiful as you age. And I know a lot of people don't believe that, but when I look at some of my pictures back in the day, and I know I shouldn't be saying this, but I was like, girl, because like, I don't know, I didn't care back then, right? But the older I get, I'm just like, wow, like if you told me back in the day, like I'm gonna look more beautiful at 29 than I did when I was 18, I would not believe you. I'm like, this is the youngest we're ever gonna be at 18. Like this is the best we're ever gonna look. No, like the older I get, you guys, I appreciate my features. I appreciate so much about myself. And I feel like, the older we get, we just look more youthful. And I really don't know why that is. I really can't tell you, but it is something that like really has to be studied because a lot of people think you just start to look really bad the older you get. I mean, like look at Beyonce, look at Nicki Minaj, look at Rihanna. They look even more beautiful than they did when they were younger. So keep that in mind, y'all. Like you're just gonna look finer and finer, and I'm not mad at it. So for 14, I have that connections are more important than you think, okay? The people that you run into and meet in your life play a very important role. And a lot of people like to like dismiss people because they're not important, they're not popular, they don't have followers, they don't have this, right? That person that you're dismissing in a year could be the biggest person around the world, right? And that person that you're dismissing can get you that job that you're looking for next year. So that's why when I meet people, I treat them with the most utmost respect because you never know what that relationship can do for your life, right? A lot of people don't realize that. And I'm just telling you, like, treating people nice goes such a long way. You don't have to be a mean person. Like, I don't care if you have 0 followers. I don't care if you're homeless. I treat everybody nice because I know what it feels like to be treated the opposite, obviously growing up, being bullied, all of that, right? So it has always paid off. It has never done me wrong. Like if I need an opportunity or something, I can believe that the people around me will provide that for me just because of the relationship that we have. For number 15, this one's actually really funny to me because I have it as your relationship with your parents improve as you get, older. And it's so crazy because when you are younger, you're probably like, oh, they're so annoying. Like, I don't get why they, don't have me coming back at like 2 a.m. I want to come home at 2 a.m. I don't know why they won't let me sleep over here. I don't know why they're strict. All of that, right? The older you get, you realize, why they were the way they were. Like, it is such a scary world that we live in. Like, me at 16 thinking I can come home at 2 a.m. That is wild. Me at 16 sneaking out, like doing all these crazy things. That is crazy to me. And I have so much more respect for my parents as I get older because I realize like, okay, everything they did was to protect me because they love me. And it's just a little bit better now. Like the conversations that we have, like it's just a little bit easier because I get, where they're coming from. Number 16 is embracing change. It is inevitable, when it comes to change. Literally so much is going to change in your life, where you live, your friendships, your relationships, getting married, having kids, the job, your career that you want. So many things change in life and you have to be able to accept it and just roll with the punches. Okay. If you don't like change, then getting older is not for you. But I think, as we get older, like we kind of understand like, okay, like things are going to change. The way we even look when we get older is going to change and it's okay. Like what can we do? Right? So for number 17, I actually really like this one. And it's basically like, it's going to get better. I promise. And I'm telling you this because when it comes to so many things we encounter as we, get older in our 20s, we always think that this is the worst in the whole entire world. I can't get out of this. You know, when it comes to like finances or whatever it is you're going through, you think this is the worst thing, and that's it. I'm telling you guys, there's so many things in life that I've experienced, that I've went through, and now that I'm older, I'm like, girl, it got so much better, way better than I could, you know, even imagine. And if I had just kept telling myself back then that it's gonna get better, like life is just gonna keep getting better and better, I would have been in a better, you know, mindset at that point. But I'm telling you right now, whatever you're going through, trust me, give it a couple months, maybe even next week. It's gonna get better, I promise, okay? Just stick around. Number 18, it is okay to be 100% yourself, right? If you're goofy, if you're weird, like there's so many quirks about me that I'm like, how do I have friends? Like, I'm literally such a hot mess, y'all. Like, I trip everywhere when I eat. I spill stuff on myself. Like, I don't care. Like, this is me at the end of the day, right? And I don't try to impress people, y'all. Like, I don't try to impress a guy I'm talking to. I don't try to impress a new person so they're, you know, my friend in the long run. Like, this is me. And I think a lot of people don't realize, like, you can only fake it for so long, right? Even if you want to pretend to be something that you're not, you can only do that for so long before they find out, like, oh, this girl weird, all right? But they could have been known that you're weird in the beginning, and it's fine because they probably would have liked that about you. So don't try to impress people, y'all. Be 100% yourself, all right? Somebody out there is going to love it regardless. Let's go ahead and apply some bronzer. I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. But number 19, it's so crazy. We already said a lot, y'all. Number 19, stop comparing yourself to other people. What you see when it comes to other people is not always what it seems like, okay? Like, they're only showing you the best version of themselves. They're only showing you their materialistic things, or like their partner, right? But you don't know what's going on. Like, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Like, I stopped trying to compare myself to other people. Like, why don't I have, you know, $5 million in my bank account? Why aren't I, you know, the biggest TikTok star? Whatever it is, right, that we're going through at the moment. There's so many reasons, but I really believe, like, you're at the place that you are for a reason. And if you're meant to be there, you're going to get there. And if you're not there, it's totally fine. Just keep working towards it. But stop comparing yourself to other people, because number one, you don't know what they're going through, and you don't know what they even had to do to get to where they are currently. Now, for number 20, I have that everything happens for a reason. And it kind of goes into what I said just previously. Everything happens for a reason. And a lot of the times, you're not going to know that reason till years pass by. Like, I used to be like, why did me and this person relationship end, right? Like, why did it have to end? I'm like asking myself so many questions. And then years go by, I'm like, good thing I'm not with that person no more, right? Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes it's to protect you. Like, I remember one time, like, I'm like trying to head out and I can't find my keys. I can't find nothing, y'all. Like, it was taking so long. I didn't realize I left my keys, you know, on my door when I came in the night before. But I was like, you know what, Lord, whatever you're trying to protect me from, thank you. Because clearly he didn't want me to leave the house that night. So be grateful. Everything happens for a reason. And, you know, you may not find out that reason till years down the line. So for 21, I wanted to tell you guys that your relationship with money is so important, okay? When you're in your 20s, like I told you guys, it is okay if you fail, if you don't have money, things like that. But if you can start saving, if you can start investing, if you can start planning, budgeting, all of that, like, learn these things early as possible. Because one thing about your girl, I'm a spender, okay? I like to spend. I like things, and it's okay. But I had to quickly learn, like, okay, girl, like, you need a budget. You need to learn how to, like, invest. Like, I'm still learning all these things. I don't have it by any means. Like, I'm still learning. But your relationship with money is so important because it will affect you, okay? Especially in marriage and things like that. If you don't know how to budget and things like that, in marriage, it's gonna make it worse. So learn certain things while you can, okay? Now for 22, I actually have, if you're not happy, make a change. There's so many people I know that complain, y'all. And there's nothing wrong with complaining, but after a point, you have to be like, okay, like, what do I need to do to be happy, right? If you're still complaining about that man and it's been like 7 years, let him go. Let him go. I'm telling you guys, if it's meant to be, it will come back. It will work. But till then, you cannot be complaining about the same thing over and over. Or like maybe don't leave him, right? Y'all go to therapy. Something. Like you have to try something new. If you hate that job that you're at, if you hate showing up there, keep applying till you get another job, right? If you're trying and it's still not working, okay, I get it. But there's a lot of people I know out there that just complain and they're not doing anything about their situation. So if you're not happy, you know, you have the power to make that change for yourself. Like nobody else is going to do it for you. And just knowing that you have that power to upgrade your life and be happy, it's so nice. Like sometimes we forget that we have that. And so once we go ahead and start putting things into action, it's like, whoa, like this is crazy. I had it all along within me. I just didn't know. So for 23, I have that, you know, being alone is important sometimes. A lot of people are afraid to be alone, right? They hate that quietness of it. I think I didn't realize how much I loved being alone till I moved into this house that I'm at, because it was peaceful. It was away from everybody. Like I really got to learn about myself within the past 2 years, like what I like, what I don't like. And I really truly enjoy being by myself. A lot of people don't know themselves, and it's crazy because it's like when you get to know yourself, you love yourself so much more. And it's really a nice place to be in because, you know, it's just so powerful to me. I don't know. It's so powerful to know who you are truly, like truly get to know who you are. A lot of times when you're surrounded by a lot of people and a lot of the noise and things like that, you get distracted, you don't focus. And I don't know, I'm the type of person that I have to like pull back sometimes and be by myself in order to give people, you know, more of me. Number 24, you guys, we're almost there. We're almost done with the face. I love how everything is looking. Number 24 that I do have for you guys is having a routine is so important and essential to being successful. I noticed that, you know, when I have a routine of like, I wake up, I check my emails, I do this, I go to the gym, I film, I edit, like I have to have a routine to function. And a lot of successful people have a routine to function because it lets you know what you need to get done. And especially if you do have a routine, it's like, okay, it works for you, right? If you have the same routine, it's because it works. So keep doing that. So I notice like when I travel and I kind of lose my routine, I get discombobulated. Is that the word? Discombobulated. I get confused. I get irritated. I get angry because now I'm going to fall off from the gym, right? I'm not going to get as much work done. Like I get stressed if I don't have a routine. So that is something I realized in my 20s. It's essential for me. And yeah, your girl like lives hour by hour. It's kind of crazy, but it works for me. So I'm actually going to finish up the bottom part of my eyes, just smoke it out a little bit. But for number 25, I have that your 30s and your 40s aren't as old as you think they are. I swear, y'all, like back in the day, I used to think that like if you were 30 and 40, like you're old, like you're on a walking stick, you're in a wheelchair. I used to think that, but y'all, Beyonce is in her 40s. Nicki Minaj is in her 40s. Rihanna is in her late 30s. Like everybody is popping. Like I don't know why we thought that, but I honestly think it's because like our parents like got so much accomplished within their 20s and their 30s, so it kind of made it seem like, wow, like they did so much, right? But I feel like the older you get, you realize like, listen, I'm 29, y'all. I feel like I'm a baby, okay? Like me turning 30, I don't understand because I'm like, girl, you still have so much you need to learn. So when you realize like your 30s and your 40s is still really young, it's like, whoa, like it's a really a game changer, I swear. Number 26, it is very important to take care of your health and your body, okay? As we get older, y'all, your bones aren't gonna be as flexible no more, all right? Certain things you're gonna notice as you get older. Like me, I can't eat how I used to. Like, my stomach now gets so irritated to the point I have to like take like probiotics and things like that, and eat a lot of veggies and fruits. Like, I can't eat as bad as I used to when I was younger. So really take care of yourself. Drink lots of water, go to the gym, work out, meditate, pray, take your vitamins. I don't know if I said that. Just eat healthy and take care of your body. Like, okay, because one thing about it, it's no joke. Like, I be waking up, my body be hurting. I have to stretch. Like, it is no joke. So start now if you can. Number 27, you guys, it is so important to fill your own cup first. All right. Now, some people may think that's selfish, whatever it is, but I noticed when I used to pour more into others before I did myself, I wasn't able to sustain that because I would get tired. I would get burnt out. I would feel upset that they're not pouring back into me. You know, sometimes, like, take care of yourself. Like, anything you have to do, whether you're saying no to people sometimes, whether you have to be by yourself sometimes, whether you have to take care of your responsibilities first before somebody else's, it is totally fine. Like, do not feel bad. And I feel like the right people will understand that. And if they don't understand that, you know, try to explain to them and tell them why, you know. So with me over the years, like I told you guys, I was such a big people pleaser, pouring into everybody else instead of myself. And I'm telling you, it got me nowhere. So take care of yourself. And when you take care of yourself, you can help other people as well. So for the lips, I actually want to do a fun combo. I'm going to use the Juvia's Place Cola lip liner, and then also the Juvia's Place liquid lipstick in the shade Self Love. And then I'm going to top it off with the Summer Fridays Brown Sugar lip balm. So we'll see what this looks like, but I think it's gonna be super pretty. So we only have 2 more left, you guys. Number 28, your relationship with God is gonna help you through all your trials and tribulations. I have never gotten as close to God as I have in my 20s. I feel like he just is always there when I need him, right? When I call somebody and they can't answer, or I can't have a friend come over and help me, God is there. He is instant. If you need him right then, pray to him. He's right there next to you. It only takes a couple seconds, and he always comes at the right time, right? Everything I've been through in life, if I didn't have God, I really don't know how I would have survived it, because he's really just taking care of me more than you guys will ever know. And if you feel like you don't have a friend, if you feel like you don't have a family member to talk to, just know God is there. And also what helps me is writing out things I want to say to him. Sometimes I can't even speak what I need from him, but when I write it out to him, I just know he's listening, and he's just closer than anybody you can have in your life. And yeah, I can keep going on about him, but God is just the best person that can help you through this time of your life. And then taking the liquid lipstick, I'm just gonna tap it like so. And then I'm taking the Summer Fridays lip balm in the shade Brown Sugar to top it off. Well, number 29, I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know this one last, just because I want to remind you guys that everybody's path is different, okay? Everybody's path is different. If you're wondering why you're not married now, why you don't have kids, why you don't have a boyfriend, why you're going through, you know, situations with your business, why you don't have as much money as you thought you would at this age, it's for a reason. And everybody's path is different, right? I always believe, like, if you're meant to have those things right now, you would have them. But I think it's so important to look at the order of events in your life, because I'm telling you, it is for a reason. And it's okay if you're not where you thought you would be. I know I'm not. But, you know, I have to remind myself that everybody's path is different. We're not all meant to be the same. For people to really think that with the billions of people on this earth, we're all supposed to be married by 25. We're all supposed to be a millionaire by 30. We're all supposed to be there at that point. That's not realistic. Like, really think about that. It makes no sense. So understand that you're unique. You have your own journey, and focus on your journey. Do not compare yourself to nobody else, because like I tell you guys, you don't know how hard they had to work to get there. And also, you don't know what's really going on as well. So keep that in mind. But I hope you guys enjoy this look. I love how this look turned out, you guys. It's so stunning and smoky and just perfect. I'm obsessed with it, and I hope you guys are too. So let me know your thoughts down below. Are there anything in your 20s that you've learned that I didn't mention? Let me know down below as well. I love you guys so much. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next one.